also just, by the way, want to encourage men, take care of yourselves. Because men, you know, I must say it. I have to say it. Men should take care of themselves. Because men work, and you are spending all your life giving children, wife, and all of this. And sometimes the men get tired. All right? And this is why we are seeing some things. And the men get tired, and they never have spent even what they have earned on themselves in any way. They are just giving because that's what they have been taught to be men. Listen, you need to go on a holiday by yourself here. Go by yourself. You understand? Treat yourself well, or else listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You'll be stressed out. Oh. That's how things will start happening. Treat yourself well. Okay? Go to the beach, put your leg out by yourself or by yourself. Take the drink there. Don't kill yourself. And say this morning, the school fees coming. Drink, eat what you are to eat. Do you get what I'm saying here? Eat what you are supposed to eat. Because I say, I can't do this, I can't wear the shirt I want to wear, I have school fees, and by the time you finally can wear shirt, your body has bent from all the wahala you have taken. Are you following what I'm saying here? Take care of yourself. All right, let's go on here. Okay? Because there are many men you will see, I see them all over the whole place. The man is on the wheelchair, the wife is still walking, and they're pushing him because the man has suffered all his what? Life. Do you understand what I'm saying here? If you die, life will continue. So you'll be in a better place to help everybody when you are happy. Do you understand what I'm saying here? You understand what I'm saying? Be in a better place to help everybody when you take care of yourself. All right? So next week I'm going preaching. I'm going preaching. This looks, can you imagine I land in London, take a flight immediately, go to Manchester, finish first thing in the morning, enter, there's a taxi, take me to Birmingham, you finish in Birmingham, next morning you wake up, you finish in London. As I finish like this, I'm finishing preaching at 11:30, I'm going to Glasgow, the flight is at 1:25. Do you get what I'm saying here? When I get to Glasgow, I will put my leg up. All right. Are you following what I'm saying? Well, by the time they bring you back, you'll just be like this. I'm going to have a men's conference because men, how many men, suicidal kind of thought. They're just being men, they are dying on the inside. A chap who went to Lekki, they took a trip to pull the trigger on his brain. The bullet just didn't come out. Wrote a suicidal note to wife and children. I'm telling you this. Haven't you seen all these things? And it's because the man is just giving until he's 72. I know a man that told his wife, he said, enough. I hereby transfer the headship of this house to you. If this is what it means to be the head of the house, I'm not doing again. Take headship. I will submit to you. You see that thing you don't want to do, I will do it. Tell me where to wash the plate. But you'll be the one that will buy the plate. I'll not be washing. I'll anything, just tell me. All right.
At the very end of their lives, so I know what prevents them from getting this ill. Let's distill it down into 8 pillars. Nutrition. What we put into our bodies as food can have a dramatic impact in terms of our well-being. Exercise. It's going to make you more fit. It's going to make you have better endurance. But did you know that it reduces stroke? It improves well-being. It reduces depression. There's so many benefits. Water. This may sound obvious, right? You drink because you're thirsty. Where I would like to go today, the effect of water externally on your body can do.
Cold plunges, saunas, that kind of thing?
Exactly. This affects your immune system.
Which changes your probability of diseases and
Correct.
stuff like that?
Absolutely. Sunlight. A very big misconception. Sunlight equals vitamin D. Sunlight has far more benefits than just vitamin D. Temperance.
Temperance? What does that mean?
Temperance really means to avoid toxins in the body. I see a lot of issues, lung cancer related to smoking, liver failure as a result of alcohol abuse. If you want to live a long and wholesome life, there are some toxins that you want to avoid. Air. Seems kind of obvious. For you to have the best type of air, it actually has to come with some things in it. The best type of air that you can have is actually outside. Rest. Sleep is so important. I couldn't overexpress it enough, but I would also say a weekly rest.
A weekly rest?
A weekly rest. Even on the weekend, do we put down our phone or we stop reading emails and we take the time out to do things that we would never be able to do. Finally, trust. People who have faith and people who have faith in God are better apt and able to deal with stress and depression and anxiety. This is something scientifically that has been shown. Now, you've got nutrition, you've got exercise, you've got water, you've got sunlight, you've got temperance, you have air, you have rest, and finally you have trust. You put that together and it's...
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Unspoken, the podcast. I'm your host, Zadok Adelaye. Today we'll be talking about the importance of self-care and self-compassion. And I'm sure you enjoyed part of the clips earlier, speaking to men, and we'll try as much as possible to do justice to it. As usual, I've got my team with me. You know, I don't come alone. I come with the team to be able to dissect these topics and don't introduce themselves to you. Yes, sir?
My name remains Ndokachukuma.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you for bringing me on.
It's always a pleasure, sir.
My name is Tejiri Joanna Tialubi, and I'm glad to be here again.
And nice to have you. And
I'm always Bakari Adeshino, anytime you call me. So glad to be here.
good to have you all.
Thank you.
How are you doing today, sir?
Beautiful.
Because you're looking very calm and nice.
Yeah, because I have to take care of myself.
So from those videos we watched,
Yeah.
what have you been missing?
Well, I will say that in the recent time, I've started taking care of myself better than I was doing. But I don't think I was actually taking care of myself prior to this time. But then I could see what I have to be effective to be efficient. You know, if I'm not very good, I won't be efficient. So I have to take care of myself because sometimes what we call spiritual attacks are not actually spiritual attack. I used to think that Jezebel was powerful, but I just realized, God just taught me that Elijah experienced depression, not because the enemy was so powerful, okay, but because he wasn't taking care of himself. If he was married, he wouldn't have been the one to receive the message, maybe the wife or, okay, and the wife would have taken care of him after his greatest conquest. Will I call it his greatest victory?
Victory, yeah.
The following day, the man became depressed. So that tells me that even successful people could be depressed.
You're right, sir.
Why? Because they have expectations, you know, failed expectations, and they will be looking at those things without enjoying the victories. How could a man that the whole nation is celebrating begin to say that I'm good for nothing? God, kill me. I'm good for nothing. I've not really achieved anything.
I'm not better than
I'm not better than my father. Yes, because he was focusing on something. Okay, or probably expectations of others on him. The father is telling him, what have you done? Look at your mates, your, you know, people around. And focusing on that depressed him. And, you know, so I need to enjoy my victories.
No wonder when God did not answer him. He just gave him
God
food
just
and
gave
told
him
him to
food to
sleep.
eat, and he slept. And after that, just imagine, the whole world was celebrating him, and he is saying that he's nobody. So I will take care of myself, and then I will be better, you know.
All right. So what changed?
Now, yeah, I began to enjoy myself better, and I saw that people, you know, began to enjoy me better. You know, I would say that before this time, and I went through a process. I went through things, and I thought I'm a failure, you know, because I will always be looking at certain
parameters.
But now I enjoy myself. And people are enjoying me. People are saying things that I never knew.
About yourself.
You know, yeah. So is very beautiful. In fact, you won't enjoy your life if you don't take care of yourself.
Thank you for that, sir. TJ, you want to go?
Well, you know, I would say that the first video we watched was just spot on, you know, especially for men. You know, self-care is for everybody, both men and women, you know. I don't like gender wars, you know, because I feel both men and women, Yoruba will say, we have bad eggs amongst. So I really don't support gender war. I just support speaking to certain actions or attributes or characters and all of that, or traits. No, but when it comes to self-care, we have to be more particular about the men, because they tend to think it is beneath them to, it's a sign of weakness when they indulge in self-care that makes them look weak or like sissy. Like, do you get, you know, some people say, kilo self-care, man up, you know, and all of that. Kilo share, you know. For self-care, do you get, but Sharagiri, you a man. That's the one. You know, but those are toxic expressions that tend to discourage men from taking care of themselves to be at their best. So self-care is all about taking care of your mental health and your physical health. You know, most people would also think it is when you give yourself luxury experience. Self-care is not only when you have money to go to Santorini. It's not only Maldives, you know, and all of that. That's not only when you have self-care. Self-care is when you go to the field in your estate and you play football on Saturday morning. Self-care is when you jog with the boys in the estates, you walk with the boys. Self-care is when you go for 1 or 2. But I wish 1 or 2 would stop being alcohol, because too much alcohol intake too is not good for the body, you know. So it could be soft drinks, it could be maybe palm wine, it could be maybe, I don't know if I say library now, some people will say it's a girl affair.
It's good sometimes.
It could be parfait, it could be nkwobi.
You know, paint and sip, you know, stuff that would relax you. It could be movie, it could be not Netflix and chill, not necessarily. It could be massages, but not with happy ending, you know.
That's tilting to another end.
Do you get it now? You know, so these little things that would relax your body and then your mental state, you are at alert, you are not, you'll find yourself, when you're relaxed and things tend to happen to you, you discover that you have the capacity to handle it. But when you're stressed, you don't even want them to land. For example, you're stressed, you're thinking of how to raise maybe your tuition fee for your children and all, and then your younger brother just calls you and say, bros, I sent you message, Alpha, you never still send him. You will not even allow him to land. You will finish him. Is that what, you know, you have this, your stress level is high, so your tolerance level goes down, you know, and your BP, if you're not careful, begins to go up. So self-care is not just you having money to splurge. It's just about you learning to take care of yourself, find joy in certain things, study yourself to know what gives you joy per time. So if you can afford luxury, I'm a soft life kind of babe, so go for it. But if you can't, just take it a day at a time. For some days, your luxury can be gari, cold water, milky. You get, and then put some
agbo.
Oh, no.
Or roasted Titus.
Oh, no.
You can air fry it.
Oh, no. There's some days it could be parfait, you know. Some days it could be fine dining experience. You get dressed up and then you go. Some days it could be just karaoke. You carry the mic and sing rubbish. And people will clap for you, especially if you wear fine dress, even if you are singing rubbish. You know, something just to relax you, or you could watch your favorite movie, your series. Just make sure that your mental health and then your physical health is okay. Okay, you're not just indulging in addiction. You're not eating. You know, some people do comfort eating, where they eat and then they eat themselves into obesity. They drink themselves, you know. So you just have to take care of your mental and physical. So for men, self-care is not is a necessity. It's not something they can do without. It's not optional. If they want to be the best at being themselves, a father, and then their husband. So if you want to be that best version of themselves, they should take self-care very seriously.
All right. Shino, would you say you've been caring to yourself?
Let me first let me come back to the first video that we watched. It really touched me, and it's more or less like men, we have a whole lot of things to do for ourselves. At times, I always say, taking care of yourself might be selfish, one way or the other, because you can't give what you don't have. In research, we have far a whole lot of widows. In fact, do we have widowers?
We do, but a smaller percentage.
When I checked it, it's like 1% in Nigeria. Is 1% of Nigerian men that are widows. That are widowers, sorry.
Widower.
But we have over 20 million widows. That is why that kind of video is necessary for all men. Men go through stress every day. I'm not saying women does not go through stress. They go through stress, taking care of the kids, doing this. If you try it as a man, you will understand what the women too are going through. But those are just the physical, stress. What is crazy is mental. Men actually, they combine the mental plus the physical. You go to work in the morning. I always tell people, if you are working for somebody, you must be mad before you go crazy. Because, number one, you have some obligations to actually put in for your company, for your office. Because you are building somebody's business. Definitely. You are building yourself in the long run. So, number one, you have something to pay for somebody. You're thinking of that. You have something to bring back to the house. You have extended family to take care of. You have, let me mention it. So, you coming back home, the woman at home will bring her home. The children have suffered. They've done this, they've done that. You're coming home to say, let me come and relax. They bombard you with that. And it happens in at least 40% home. So, those clashes always bring back to a man not feeling confident, not feeling okay. So, and I think that pastor said something about if you're in a toxic marriage. I've listened to one of his clip. He's preaching. When you're in a toxic marriage, when you're in a toxic relationship, your lifespan tends to reduce. Sir, I won't lie to you. As a man, you need mental therapy for yourself. As a man, you need to do a how do I call it? Borrow me that English.
Self-analysis?
Analysis, and you need to do it very well. Like, how do I manage my life? There are some things you need to run for. Run for it. Because number one, you will cause a lot of trouble for some people. There was a time somebody was sick, and the person told me in the hospital, see, I'm the one lying down on the bed, but all of you are sick also. Because all of you are coming here every day, every minute. Do you get it? So it's a process that is not only from you alone, it will affect some people. So you need to take care of yourself. I'm so sorry. I don't joke with my life. I must say that. I don't joke with my life. And I learned that with time though. When things does not happen to you, you won't know it. But when it happens to you, you know that, yes, if I die now, all the things I'm thinking of, it will still go, it will continue.
Yes, life goes on.
Life goes on. I've seen people that died, cousins, friends, relatives, a whole lot of people. Nothing changes. Even I will be the first person to say, let me go and drink beer. It changes and nothing. So I always feel, but life will still continue if it happens to me too. So why don't I live a good life? Why don't I live for myself? If you don't live for yourself, you can't live for anybody.
I think what's important is this now. What's important is you think you have all the problems in the world until you fall ill. When you fall ill, you know you only have one problem.
I always say something. This life, problem is one of the characteristics of life.
Actually, you need a problem. You need a problem to develop problem-solving skills. you need the pressure of life to be able to develop
Have you ever seen a winner without not running a race?
Resilience, perseverance. But there are other things I want us to explore, but let us come back from the break so we can explore that.
And the most wise people that I know are the ones who have created enough internal space to be able to allow all the parts of themselves to coexist despite the contradictions. So they have room for their creativity, they also have room for their fear. They have room for their dignity, they also have room for their shame. They have room for the parts of themselves that are glorious and divine and wonderful, and they have room for the parts of themselves that are petty and jealous and ridiculous, right? Like they create this big, huge auditorium of a landscape inside themselves. They don't kick any parts out. Because guess what? You can't.
People get this wrong. They think self-compassion just means being nice to yourself. But if that's all you do, it feels fake, like toxic positivity or babying yourself, and that actually stops people from practicing real self-compassion. Because, let's be real, if you're struggling and just tell yourself it's fine, I should just be nice to myself, your brain isn't buying it. It actually makes you feel worse. So, how do you actually practice self-compassion? There are 2 steps. Step 1, acknowledge your suffering. Actually say to yourself, this is really hard. I feel awful right now, and that's okay. If you don't acknowledge your pain, your brain just keeps pushing it at you. Like, hey, pay attention to me. Step 2, motivate yourself. Once you validate your feelings, now you can encourage yourself. Say something like, I'm exhausted today, and that's okay. But I can still do this. I've got this. Most people skip straight to motivation. They push down their feelings and go, I just need to power through. I shouldn't feel this way. And that backfires because when you skip the validation step, your brain resists motivation. It doesn't feel real, so it doesn't stick. So first, validate, then motivate. That's real self.
Welcome back. Yeah, so from the clip, sir, it said something about men coping with shame, people coping with shame, and being able to allow the shame coexist with the strength. Have you ever been through that phase, sir? Knowing that you're a family man, you pastor people, people look up to you, and then you've got your ego. And then how do you handle that without allowing it to demotivate you, without allowing you, not show kindness to yourself?
Well, I want to say, David, the Bible, showed us what David did. He said he encouraged himself in the Lord. I've been in a situation where it wasn't easy, I've been up there, then things happened and I saw myself, will I say, on the floor, and then trying to come back. I had to encourage myself in the Lord. It wasn't easy, but you have to do it. Another thing that I would say that helped me at that situation was I kept telling myself that there are some of your colleagues, some of your peers that would dream to be where you are now. So why don't you just, failures will come. In fact, failure is a nonsense word, quoting Awoshika. I shouldn't allow myself to be beaten up. Failure is a process. It teaches you, it's a preparation, teaches you things. So when things happen, you shouldn't allow the voice of the people to be louder than your voice. I will always say that when family is hard on you, it's always difficult for you to overcome. David had families against him. They were about to stone him, right? So when someone like maybe a family member, a father, a mother is throwing at you your failures, it's always difficult for you. Okay, so you have to encourage yourself in the Lord, and you have to tell yourself that even where I am now is a testimony, is a miracle, okay, is a dream for some people. So that helped me to cope with the situation. We will life will always happen to us. Like my brother said, problem is part of life. That is why God said, if you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. Like I said, the revelation hit me. I was like, is God so callous? How could he say life happened to someone? Instead of telling the person, Bele, he said, oh boy, if you faint, your strength is small. Sit up, So another thing is this. As a child of God, I should remember the word of God. The joy of the Lord is your strength. Don't allow that to die. David Oyedepo is my mentor. He said that he is not happier now than he was when he was living in a house of 22 tenants with one toilet and one bedroom. He said he's not happier now than he was then. That he was happy doing what he, because he knows that this is a fish. Now he can fly from where he is to anywhere in the world. Doesn't need to go to Motale, anywhere. He flies. But he said he's not happier now than he was then. So the joy of the Lord is our strength. If you allow the devil to take joy away from you, you are finished. Find joy in little things, in little wins. Celebrate yourself. By the grace of God, a church under us, bought a land. They've not started building anything. So the pastor in church came to bring the documents to me, and we took it to my superior. As we were going, I said, oh boy, come, make we go enjoy ourselves. What we bought wasn't too much. I said, oh boy, we need to celebrate this win. He said, pastor, I said, don't worry. I said, it's on me. It's not, don't worry, it's on me. It's going to be on me. So we just went to get one small thing, and we took, So you have to celebrate yourself. There are little wins that when you celebrate them, it will energize you, empower you. So I think it's a key, Yeah.
All right, sir. Now, Tisha, would you say you've been compassionate to yourself enough?
Yes, I have. I think I learned it from my late father. When we were growing up, we had not the best of lives, but we were very comfortable. And in Djibouti, we attended one of the best primary schools, Adiola Odutola Primary School. And then I moved to secondary school, Our Lady of Apostle, one of the best, female schools in Djibouti. So, but life happened. My dad now took transfer from Djibouti to Lagos. He started working with Guardian newspaper. And life happened. We couldn't afford private schools that had the same standard as Our Lady of Apostle in Djibouti or as Adiola Odutola. My dad had to call me and told me, you have to go to public school. I was going to public school, people were carrying lebe. It was a wide gap, like this girl that looks like Boti, going to people were looking like, what's happening, That was where I learned I think being realistic, is one of the things you have to learn when you want to, apply self-care. You cannot take care of yourself if you deceive yourself. No, she said something. You have to be compassionate. Admit first. If you're going through issues, admit first that, yes, something is happening to me. Did my daddy had the opportunity to borrow money to fund our tuition fee? Of course he did. But would he have been able to refund those money? I don't think he would have been able then at that time. After a few years, by the time I was going to graduate secondary school, things had changed. My younger brother now started going to private school. They will give him, oh my goodness, don't let me talk, they will give him pocket money. Wait, it is the food you eat from home that you will trek, But that thing taught me, even so as an adult now, when I'm rich, like you said, there is no difference with the joy that radiates from me. So I admit that, girl, you don't broke, go back and begin to budget, So if every day you spend like 20K, you now have to spend like 5K, you have to be realistic. But being realistic does not mean you go into depression. When you admit that you're going through issues, then you begin to map out strategies, how you want to get out of it. You motivate yourself that, girl, you can do this. So even if it's going to take me 2 years to get out of this, I know I can do it. So that hope keeps me going, It keeps me focused. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. One time I had this, I became so fat, I was eating, just eating obsessively, compulsively. I was just eating, and I just blew to size 22. Then one day I told myself, I said, this lifestyle is not sustainable. So what are you going to do? Okay, I couldn't go to the gym. So I said, okay, let me start doing exercises at home. So the key is that I didn't go for short-term solution, which most people like to look for. Just admit that you're going through issues and then begin to map out strategies. Some might be long-term, then work on it. Then don't lose your joy, like you said. Whether you are down, be joyful. Whether you are there, be joyful. If you need to cut your lifestyle to take care of your mental health, I think it is better for me to drink Gary and not be called by debtors. My phone will ring and my heart will skip and say, oh my God, somebody wants to embarrass me, I need to return money and all of that. Don't live a lifestyle you cannot sustain. Be kind to yourself by being truthful to yourself first of all, and at the long run you will see that when you gradually get out of that, you would have mastered a life skill called survival and adaptability, that nothing hits you hard or unexpectedly again.
All right, thank you very much, both. Shino, I'm coming to you, but that will be after the break.
No problem.
Of yourself, proper grooming, proper appearance, no matter, what your style is not about other people. It's actually your way of telling the world that you respect yourself.
Kind to yourself when you think you deserve it. It's a bit like only watering a plant when it flowers. It's not conducive to good mental health or growth. Self-compassion is not a luxury, it's not an indulgence. It's one of the most important skills we have for maintaining good mental health. If you're only kind to yourself when you think you deserve it, it's a bit like only watering a plant when it flowers. It's not conducive to good mental health or growth. Self-compassion is not a luxury, it's not an indulgence. It's one of the most important skills we have for maintaining good mental health. If you're only kind to yourself when you think you deserve it, it's a bit like only watering a plant when it flowers.
Welcome back. So, Shino, how kind have you been to yourself?
Let me start from what both of them as they said earlier. It's kind of deep. It's very deep. Yeah, you can relate that it's deep.
Yeah.
I always say something. You can say something out of the box. It's sweet when you're saying it, but it's sweeter when you experience it. Mm-hmm. I've experienced both. I've been inside of it. The only thing I realized later, maybe I should just use my own as an example. The only thing I realized after all this is, number one, what Pastor said. People that you feel you love, that loves you, that you call your own, it might not be your immediate family. They are the number one need for life, sustainability at that point. Your family might be your friend, might be your colleague, might be your spouse, might be your brother, anybody. When those close relatives are the ones now bringing you down, it shatters you. In your mind, you feel the world is going to end tomorrow. In a minute, it's going to end on you. So, but glory be to God that I had a family that anytime I jump into an issue, there's a way they will turn it, they will make it feel like it's nothing. And I sat down one day, I talked to myself like, wait, that's number one where I say analysis, when they said analysis, analyzing your problem, number one thing you need to do. What is the problem? I am owing. What is the final thing? What will happen? Will they kill me? No. Will they jail me? No. After finding out, okay, what will they do? They will find a way to make sure, yes, I'm fine. Debt. Let me go and calm down. Let me go and drink water. Let me go and drink mineral or anything that I just feel like drinking. Let me go and calm down first. That's number one. Number two is all other problems. You think of what will end it. If it's not death, my brother, you can survive any problem you are going through. So don't kill yourself by thinking, I am not a good person. You now start castigating yourself. So the first thing you need to do is analyzing the problem, then thinking of the last thing. What will happen at last? If you feel that yes, this is what will happen, now look for the solution. There was a time I was going through the problem of no child. And these things was happening, kept on happening serially. That I now said to myself, please, if I don't have a child, will the world kill me? That's the last thing, no. You don't have a child. Abi, what will happen? I said, let me leave everything to God. That year was the year the mother of my kid gave birth. Next year, if I not even reach 6 months, second born come. So life is always like that. Like a Muslim brother would tell me, see, everything. If I say it in Yoruba, maybe people will understand. That means you'll be tested with everything. In as much as they gave birth to you, you've tasted giving birth, you will taste death. You tasted having money, you will taste not having money, being broke. You tasted being fine. There's nobody that will say you have never experienced a headache, stomach ache, something. If you've tasted good health, you must have, one way or the other, taste the other part of it. So life is binary, 0 and 1, the good and the bad. So once you know that you have that at the back of your mind, in fact, there's a pastor that says, in fact, he's even more joyous. Even his pastor, his Bishop Oyedepo, when he faces challenges, that's when the happiest moment of his life is when he faces challenges. Because there's no challenges that will come to you. It always takes you to another level. Yep. It takes you to another level. So I always tell people that, see, maybe because I've faced it before, I can tell you boldly that, see, don't kill yourself. Enjoy life. Life is a stage. That's a stage of your life, part of your life. Enjoy it and move on. You will go to another level. Even if it's your toxic marriage, best thing, leave it. Don't worry, leave it. It doesn't mean that you kill yourself because you married wrongly. It doesn't mean you should kill yourself because you got a job that is wrong for you. Some people are doing jobs because they just need a job, and that job is not meant for you. Do you get it? Yep. So people are doing things that is not your path. Do you get it? But you are doing it because you just want to do something. So I always want people, please enjoy life. Take care of yourself mentally, spiritually, and physically. Yes. Yes.
All right. So what would you advise men to do now? In taking care of themselves and in being kind to themselves. How can they show kindness to themselves? How can they care for themselves? How can they balance both?
Well, with what we've heard, the videos and our discussions, I think we should be disciplined. We should be intentional. We should, there are times you don't have to compromise. You sit down, take care of yourself, and you shouldn't. Some men will think that taking care of themselves means being selfish. I think someone mentioned something like that. Yeah, so it's not being selfish in as much as you are taking care of what you should take care of. Take us some time, take us some resources, take care of yourself. Mentally expose yourself to, read. And because she mentioned something and she said, oh, it may look as if it's ladies' stuff. No, when you read, it's one of the ways of exposing yourself, refreshing yourself mentally, So we should be intentional. Yeah, we shouldn't compromise. We should be disciplined.
TJ?
Okay, for me, just two things. Self-care is not optional. It is something you should be intentional, yes, about. Okay?
So how do we wire it into our daily routine?
That's another thing I was going to say. Don't be too conscious about your self-care. Don't over-prioritize it above other people. Strike a balance. Because if you're not careful, you could tend towards selfishness.
Okay.
That you're always thinking about yourself. So you should be able to strike a balance. I always preach balance, so strike that balance.
Yeah.
There are times you could forego buying a luxury outfit for yourself because you want to pay your child's tuition fee. You understand? So there are times, but you can't go naked because you want to pay your child's tuition fee. So rather than that, like in my own case then I mentioned, my dad, he was teaching us himself. He would teach us English himself. He would teach us mathematics himself. He began to do a timetable where we would read. So eventually we were even competing and doing better than those who went to private schools. And people were wondering, how did he do it? You understand? So you must learn to, balance it up. Don't be too selfish. Don't think of yourself alone. He thought of his own mental health. So he said he was not going to borrow to train us. But he also thought of our own educational and said he deprived himself of sleep to be able to make sure that we could do better. Do you understand? So I ended up with 2-1, So nobody would know if I did not say it. So it's always better for you to strike a balance. Why you don't go overboard by going into depression, don't also go into that full selfish mindset, where no. You have money and there's no food in the house. You have 2,000 naira. You tell your wife you don't have money. Instead of you to drop that 2,000 naira, you will now go outside and take one on the road and come back and say. So that's balance.
It wants to be all right first.
Balance. So I hope I'm speaking for the ladies. There should be a balance.
Do you agree with her?
He wants to leave 500.
But the thing is, you don't have to be too selfish. But being selfish that I mean some other times is because the Bible never said love your neighbor more than yourself.
Yes.
Being selfish is yes, you've satisfied these people.
You have to take care of yourself.
So you have to take care of yourself.
Yes.
That's the selfishness.
Yes.
So it's not that you must do things at the detriment of other people to just kill them or to just.
Nowadays we have guys who say, me why cool, and they overdo it.
All of us, I feel we are living a life for our own children to come and say, yes, I have a good father.
Yes.
I'm coming from a good background. So there's something we need to show them. Like you said, my father did that also. My father will wake up every Saturday morning, physics and mathematics. I was the only student in my secondary school, I can remember, that did further maths. Because my dad is always saying, further maths, you must do it. He's always teaching us further maths. So I was the only student. In fact, the day I was writing NECO and WAEC, the invigilator had to abuse me that. So I will come all the way from that place to this place because of only one person. Why? He said, you don't get choice. I don't register. They don't give you my question paper. Give me, let me do it. And I did it. I left and I got A1. So it's something that as a father or as parent, you must do. Do you get a sacrifice on one other side, and at the same time,
you must take care of
yourself.
Yes.
You can't give what you don't have.
So as it is now, it's all about balance. It's all about loving yourself, being kind to yourself. It's one thing, it's also another thing for us now to be able to identify our stressors, if possible, avoid them.
Yeah.
Also, we've also talked about while we're looking at what's the need for us, we should also be careful so we don't end up being selfish.
Too selfish.
There's no how you will not be selfish.
Yes, so but don't be too selfish.
Because if you want to think about yourself, like, yes, okay, they need 100 naira at home. And you know yourself that if I give this 100 naira, tomorrow I'll not go and make another 1,000 naira. So you'll be wise.
You release 90.
You can't release 90. I won't lie to you. You can't. You see, it's a natural thing. We might be saying it on here that yes, I will leave. I can tell you I will leave 99 naira, but inside of me, the reality is I will think, this 99 that I want to drop is for them. Now, will I trek to where I'm going tomorrow? So that's the selfish part. Do you get it? So you think of yourself first, then you think of them.
No,
you add it to your
but I think if you do it's business. It's an operating cost. For you to get more money for them, you have to get
yes.
Yes.
All right, everyone at home, I hope you've enjoyed this. I have really learned. I have enjoyed this. It's spoken to me in different ways and lights. I'm sure you've also learned a lot. Well, till we come your way next time, please keep watching this podcast. Share with your friends. Comment, like, follow us at Dominion Broadcast on all social media handles, and have a wonderful evening.